Hey guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be yet another Mandela effect video, cause you guys know the Mandela effect has been a fucking mean ass for like a long time. Here's a concept for you: if you don't like Mandela effect videos, don't fucking search them or click them in your recommended. Like, fucking easy as shit. Like, just don't watch it. I don't understand why people would comment like, ugh, Mandela effect videos, like blah blah blah. Like, if you don't like the Mandela effect, then don't fucking watch it. But there was a new Mandela effect that I'm gonna save for the end that came out that is groundbreaking. First Mandela effect that I want to talk about is Little Caesars pizza. So I always remember Little Caesars pizza being spelled like how you would probably go about spelling it. If you like search it, this is how it comes up, like as most people spelling it. It's how like it comes up on Twitter, everything. And I remember it being spelled like this. However, Little Caesars has always been spelled like this, which looks so fucking weird. And I used to love Little Caesars pizza as a kid. It was just the go-to pizza. It was like $5 pizzas. Like, everyone liked Little Caesars. Well, it was kind of like cardboard pizza. If you're like me and you're from New York, let me know what you guys remember about that. But I definitely remember it being spelled the other way because this way just looks so fucking weird and just wrong. Next Mandela effect you guys brought to my attention, and it is from the musical Annie. I've always loved this musical. I've seen it on Broadway, and when I saw it on Broadway, I remember it being this way that I'm going to talk about. Tomorrow from Annie. I always remember it being, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're only a day away, like whatever the fuck. But it's always been tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow, you're always a day away, which I feel like it doesn't make sense for it to be always. Like, what the fuck? Always a day away? Why would you? That's like almost like pessimistic. Like, you're always a fucking day away. Like, not. It's just, you know, it just seemed fucked up. But I remember it being always for like the latter part of my life. But I saw Annie on Broadway like 5 years ago, and I definitely remember her saying only a day away. And I just remember it being only for a while. I don't know, this one's pretty split based on people that I've asked. Some people remember it as always, some people remember it as only. So what do you guys remember? The next Mandela effect fucked me up on YouNow the other day, and I was so fucking shook when I found this out. And it is all about Paula Dean, like the Food Network bitch. I remember her name being spelled Paula Dean, D-E-A-N, like fucking complete normal. But no, her name has always been spelled Paula Deen, D-E-E-N. What the fuck? What do you guys remember? I've also heard mixed reviews on that one, but I thought for sure it was D-E-A-N. Like, I didn't even fucking question it. And the subscriber was telling me the Mandela effect. I literally thought that they were gonna say that it was like, it used to be D-E-E-N and now it's D-E-A-N. Like, I thought people would just like fucked it up. I was like, oh no, I remember it as D-E-A-N, because there's some Mandela effects that people tell me and I'm like, oh no, I remember it the way it was before, and I thought it was gonna be one of those, but then she fucking said that it's now D-E-E-N, and I was like, what? Next Mandela effect is Jiffy peanut butter. A lot of people, I can't believe I've never talked about this, maybe because I'm not really sure how I feel on it, but a lot of people remember it being Jiffy peanut butter. However, it is just Jif peanut butter. But let me know what you guys remember, because I know this is like a kind of bigger Mandela effect and it's from like a while ago. I just felt like I should talk about it because I have never talked about it before, and a lot of you guys have been requesting me to talk about it recently. I don't know why, maybe you just found it recently, but I always remember, I like have like a vague memory of it being Jiffy, like maybe from when I was younger. Because I remember, I know that there's Skippy peanut butter and I know there's Jif peanut butter. Like, the reason I remember it being Jiffy is when like GIFs came out, like the moving pictures with like no sound, like, and like GIF boom was a thing, and people would say GIF boom for a while and GIFs, and I'd be like, no, it's GIFs, like Jiffy peanut butter. Like, I remember saying like Jiffy peanut butter, and that was like in like 7th grade, so it's like whatever, 6 years ago or something. So I don't know why that just fucked me up, dude. I was just like, shit. But what do you guys think about that one? Because that one tends to be a relatively popular Mandela effect, so let me know what you think. Next Mandela effect comes from the TV show Arthur. Arthur was my sister and I's favorite show as a kid. Like, we fucking loved that shit. Like, it was so damn good. And I always thought, like, I literally remember Arthur being canceled in like the early 2000s. Like I would say 2010 maybe, like at the latest 2010. Probably even 2008 or something like around that time, early 2000s, whatever. I just like really remember it being canceled because I remember being sad because it's like my favorite fucking show. And also not only that, I just know I would still be watching it today if it was like still on, because even though it's like a kid's show or whatever, I like still watch kids shows, so like whatever the fuck. But I remember it being canceled. It's not like, oh, you grew out of it, because no, I used to watch reruns of it when I was in like 6th grade, so bitch, I fucking remember it. But apparently it's still going on and there's still new episodes and it's not a canceled TV show. I'm fucking pressed about this because like what the hell. Part fucking 2 of this Mandela effect, when I was doing the research to get the fucking picture of little Arthur bitch, I thought that the show was called Hey Arthur, and I'm actually fucking pressed right now because it's not called Hey Arthur. It's just Arthur. Like, I remember referring to it as just Arthur, but I always thought the original show was just like Hey Arthur. Am I mixing it up with Hey Arnold? That one I'm not sure about, but like, does anybody else remember that? Because I feel like I actually remember that, and I never watched Hey Arnold as a kid, so I feel like those two don't really correlate, and I'm honestly just pissed. What the fuck? The next Mandela effect you probably have heard of before, possibly, but I've never talked about it because I don't know, I just never talked about it. But it is all about the Rubik's Cube. So a lot of people remember Rubik's Cube, including me, being spelled with an X at the end. However, Rubik's Cube has always been spelled a K at the end, and I'm just like, bitch, fuck no. Like, that just looks so fucking weird, and I used to play with Rubik's Cubes as a kid. I can never do it, to be honest, but it even sounds weird, like Rubik's. Like, I don't fucking, what the fuck. Next Mandela effect is from SweetTarts, like the little candies or whatever the hell. This one's interesting because I think the package looks relatively normal, and I don't know how, it's like debatable. I don't know how they would have set it up, like if it weren't the way it is, but I thought the spelling was different. I thought it was SweetTarts, like 2 T's in between. However, in the packaging, I remember them having it like the way it is, where the T's are kind of like half and half of the colors. But I still thought that it was spelt SweetTarts. Like if you were to like write it, you know, write it down or check their website or whatever the fuck. Like I just thought it was naturally spelled SweetTarts, like on, you know, like on a receipt if you bought them. Like I just thought that that was the brand name. They kind of just like did decoration with the packaging. However, it's always just been SweetTarts, 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 and it does not have 2 T's. It only ever had 1 T, which fucks me up because it looks so weird. Looking at the website, I don't know, it's just weird. Next Mandela effect is from a soda called Mellow Yellow. For some reason, this was like my favorite soda for a while. It's basically like a knockoff version of Mountain Dew, kind of, like tastes the same. But I liked it as a kid. I don't know why, because I think Mountain Dew tastes like piss now, but whatever. But Mellow Yellow, I always remember being spelled M-E-L-L-O-W, yellow, like normal. But apparently it's always been spelled Mellow Yellow with no W's, and I just think the packaging looks super, super strange to me, and a lot of people on Twitter have been tweeting me that one. I don't know. What do you think? And the next Mandela effect that I want to talk about is ZABOOMAFOO. I remember this show as a fucking kid. It was dope. It was like a lemur or some shit. I don't know. But I remember it being spelled ZABOOMAFOO, like Z-A-BOOMAFOO. But apparently it's always been ZOBOOMAFOO, Z-O. And I'm like, what the fuck? If anything, if it was gonna be Z-O, it should be Z-O-O, because it was pronounced as ZABOOMAFOO. Not like ZOBOOMAFOO. I'm fucking pissed. Like, what the hell is that? The next Mandela effect is all about Sally's Beauty Supply. I grew up in Sally's, like, not even exaggerating. I can't even remember the first time I went to Sally's. Like, it was, God, like probably when I was like 4 or something, because my grandma is a hairdresser and I was always raised in fucking Sally's Beauty Supply. Like, it was just a thing. Like, we always, my grandma was like, you want to go to Sally's? And I'd be so excited. I loved looking at like the hair extensions and Like, I used to want to be a cosmetologist really fucking bad. So, like, I loved looking at all the stuff and all the makeup and the eyelashes. Like, I just always remember growing up in Sally's. However, a couple of you guys have DM'd me, tweeted me, and all this shit that it's never been called Sally's Beauty Supply. It's always been Sally Beauty Supply. Sally Beauty Supply. Why the fuck would they even call it Sally Beauty Supply? Like, I always fucking perfectly remember it being Sally's Beauty Supply. My grandma was like pissed at this one too, because like I said, I literally grew up in this fucking store. I remember it as Sally's Beauty Supply. I'm deceased. Next Mandela effect comes from The Wizard of Oz. I've talked about a couple Wizard of Oz Mandela effects in the past videos, but this one I find to be very, very interesting. At the end of the movie, when Dorothy is going back home, what does Glinda say to do? I remember her saying, click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like home, blah, blah, blah. But she's always said tap your heels like 3 times. Tap them?
Tap your heels together 3 times.
I don't fucking know, but I just can vividly hear Glinda's voice saying click your heels 3 times. Like, I don't know why tap your heels 3 times just sounds so weird. And also, like, she was like proper and cute. I could picture her being like, click your heels 3 times. Like, I don't know, I could just hear it so well in my head. And the last Mandela effect has been sent to me, not even exaggerating, probably 100 times, because in comments, Instagram DMs, Twitter DMs, fucking on YouNow, on Twitter, just I've been mentioned so many times about this Mandela effect because it has legitimate proof. It is all about the song I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. I love this song as a kid. I still love it, but like as a kid it was like one of my favorite songs. I thought it was so cool because like I watched the music video and like, I don't know, I just thought it was cool. But I always remember it being like, I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door, no. But it's always been closing a goddamn door. Honestly, I heard this a really long time ago, this Mandela effect. But recently, it blew the fuck up because Halsey, if you guys don't know, Halsey is like a singer. She's not like a singer, she is a singer, and she tweeted at Brendan Urie and like quoted the Mandela effect and said explain, and Brendan Urie literally fucking said haha I can't. There's some that's some Berenstein / Berenstain shit right there. When a fucking singer or songwriter of this song remembers it as the, and it's not, you wrote a song, like that's a thing. But not only that, you fucking sing it multiple times, like hundreds of times. And like even when you're in the studio recording it, like you're singing it over and over and over again. Like what the fuck are you talking about? I am so pissed about this one because well first of all, I obviously remember it being the, like I just do. But like, if he remembers it being that, that's fucking weird. Like, I feel like that's literal proof. That is it for all the Mandela effects I'm going to be talking about today. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which Mandela effects shake you the most, whatever the fuck you want to say. Which Mandela effects you believe in. I don't know. Be nice. Don't be an ass. Like, it's not hard. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram so you can tweet me if you find new Mandela effects or whatever the fuck, just for fun. If you want to check out my latest video, you can click right here and click right here to subscribe for new videos every single day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!